Hello everyone, welcome back to our IPR lecture series. In today's video, we are going to discuss an important 10-mark questions for KSLU exams. Silent Features of the Design Act 2000. This topic is very important because it explains how the law protects industrial designs and prevents copying of product designs. Don't worry, I will explain this topic in very simple language with examples so you can easily remember it during exams. Let's understand the silent features of the Design Act 2000 through a small and fun story. Imagine a student named Ravi. Ravi is a creative designer. One day, he designs a unique bottle shape that looks very attractive. Ravi proudly shows it to his professor and says, "Sir, look at this. I designed this unique bottle." The professor smiles and explains that under the Design Act 2000, such creative designs can be protected by law. The purpose of this act is to encourage creativity and protect original designs used in industrial products. But suddenly, a businessman sees Ravi's bottle and thinks, "I will copy Ravi's design and make money." This is exactly the problem the law wants to stop. If the professor immediately explains that if someone copies a registered design, it is called piracy of design. And the law imposes strong penalties for infringement. The professor then explains how the new law improved the system. The Designs Act 2000 modernized the old Designs Act 1911. It introduced several important features such as computerized register of designs, international classification system, appeals to the High Court, stronger protection for registered designs, extended period of protection. Under this act, a registered design is protected for 10 years, which can be extended for another 5 years, making the total protection 15 years. So, the moral of the story is simple. The Designs Act 2000 protects creativity, encourages innovation, and prevents people from copying original designs. This is why designs like Ravi can safely create new and attractive products without fear of copycats. In today's session, we are going to cover the topics: introduction, meaning of the design, silent features of the bill, illustrations and case laws, conclusion, and lastly memory trick. Let's start with most frequently repeated and very important question for this, and explain the silent features of the Designs Act 2000. It is repeated continuously in 2022-23 examinations. Let's start with the introduction. Before 2000, India followed an old law called the Design Act 1911. But with the rapid development in science, technology and industries, that law became outdated. Many new types of products and industrial designs were being created, and the old law was not sufficient to protect them. So, the government repealed the old law and introduced a new law called the Design Act 2000. The main purpose of this act is to protect industrial designs, to encourage creativity and innovation, to prevent copying of product designs. So, in simple words, this law protects creative designs used in industrial products. Next slide is meaning of designs. Now let us understand what exactly a design means under this law. According to Section 2D of the Designs Act 2000, A design means the features of shape, configuration, pattern, ornament, composition of lines or colors which are applied to an article and appeal to the eye. This means the law protects how a product looks, not how it works. For example, suppose a company designs a unique water bottle shape or a beautiful pattern on a ceramic cup. Those visual features can be protected under the Design Act. Next, go to the next slide. Silent Features of the Designs Act 2000. Now let us see some important silent features of the Design Act 2000. First feature, enlargement of definition of design. The Act enlarges the scope of the definition of article and introduces the definition of original designs. It means the Act expanded the definition of the word article and introduced the concept of original design. Second, amplification of prior publication. The Act widened the scope of prior publication, making it easier to determine whether a design has been previously disclosed. It means the law clearly explains what counts as previous publication of a design, which helps determine whether a design is new or not. Third one, delegation of powers. It incorporates provisions for delegation of powers of the controller to the other officers and defines the duties of examiners. It means the controller of designs can delegate his power to other officers and examiners. Fourth one, identification of non-registrable designs. The Act provides provisions for identifying designs that cannot be registered under the law. It means the Act clearly specifies which designs cannot be registered. Fifth one, substitution of application. It contains provisions allowing substitution of applications before the registration of a design. It means that if needed, an application for a design registration can be substituted before registration. Sixth one, International Classification System. The Act introduces the internationally followed classification system for designs in place of the earlier Indian classification system. It means the Act introduced an international classification system instead of the earlier Indian classification. Next, now let us continue with some more important features. Another feature is protection of national security. The Act contains specific provisions to protect the security interest of India. It means certain designs may be restricted if they affect the security of India. Next feature is computerized register of designs. The Act provides for maintaining the register of designs on computer, improving administrative efficiency. It means earlier everything was recorded manually, but now the register of designs can be maintained electronically or on computer system, which improves efficiency. Another feature is restoration of lapsed designs. It contains provisions for restoration of lapsed designs that were removed due to non-payment of renewal fees. It means if a registered design lapsed due to non-payment of renewal fees, the owner can apply for restoration of the designs. Another important change is appeal provisions. Appeals against the order of the controller lie to the High Court instead of the central government. It means now appeals against the orders of the controller go to the High Court instead of the central government. Next one, revocation of secrecy period. The Act revokes the earlier 2 years secrecy period for registered designs. And last, registration of assignment documents when rights in a designs are transferred. It provides for compulsory registration of documents relating to transfer of rights in a registered design. And the Act also introduced several other important provisions, additional grounds for cancellation. Earlier, cancellation could only be done by the High Court, but now it can also be done before the controller of designs. Next one, enhanced penalties. The Act increased the penalty for infringement or privacy of registered designs. And next one, defense in infringement proceedings. The grounds for cancellation of design can also be used as defense during infringement cases. And next one, increase in the term of protection. Earlier protection was 5 years, but now it is 10 years with an extension of 5 more years, making the total 15 years of protection. And next, priority to convention countries. Applicants from convention countries can claim priority rights for designs registration in India. And finally, lastly, the Act contains provisions to control anti-competitive practices in licensing agreements. And next one, illustration. Let us understand this with a simple example. Suppose a company creates a new and unique bottle shape for a soft drink. This design makes the bottle visually attractive and easily identifiable in the market. The company can register this design under the Design Act 2000. Once registered, no other company can copy the same bottle shape. If someone copies it without permission, it becomes design piracy and the owner can take legal action. Next one, case law. Now let us see an important case law related to design protection. The case is Bharat Glass Tube Limited versus Gopal Glass Works Limited in 2008. In this case, the Supreme Court held that a design must be new and original. If the design has already been published or used earlier, it cannot be protected under the Design Act. So the key principle from this case is novelty and originality are essential for design protection. And lastly, conclusion. To conclude, the Design Act 2000 modernized the law relating to industrial designs in India. It introduced several important improvements such as international standards, computerized systems, stronger penalties, extended protection period. The Act plays an important role in encouraging creativity, protecting designers' rights, and promoting industrial development. So remember one simple line for exams. The Design Act protects the appearance of products and prevents copying of creative designs. One simple memory trick. So finally here is a simple memory trick to remember the main features. Just remember this code DPPNSICACT. So meaning D means definition expanded, P prior publication clarified, P powers delegated and non-registrable designs, S substitution of application, I international classification, C computerized register, A appeal to High Court, C cancellation provisions, T term extended 10 plus 15 years. If you remember this short code, you can easily recall the entire answers in exams. I hope this explanation helped you understand the concept in a simple and clear way. This topic is also very important for KSLU exams, especially for 10 marks questions. If you found this lecture helpful, please like the video, share it with your classmates and subscribe to the channel for more easy law lectures. Thank you.